Hey, y'all, I'm back for another very honest conversation about sex. A lot of different types of men do watch my videos and will be looking at this video. And I'm going to be talking about a lot of the themes from a black gay man's perspective, but there are still things that I'll be saying that you may be able to, well, you will be able to relate to. So, we just talking as men here about issues that we face as men, period. If you got a dick and some balls, I'm talking to you. Okay. Um, I think, and a lot of my straight male friends, they think that it's funny that gay black men in particular, or gay men, period, are as free as we are in sex. As a black gay man, I think one of the most beautiful things is that if you want to be a hoe, you can embrace being a hoe, because being a hoe, everybody's a hoe. Men are hoes, women are hoes, everybody's hoes. But being a hoe is extreme male nature. It is extreme male nature to be a hoe. And being black gay men, not only can we be hoes, but we can be some gutter butt hoes. Because as gutter butt hoes, we do things that other people don't do. Okay, we lick and suck and stick and finger and do threesomes and orgies and stuff in a way that other people don't even fathom. And that's one of the reasons why a lot of society is jealous about gay sex, because they know we have a great time. We do. We have a great time. Okay, and a lot of us are hoes, and we get to be a hoe because this is just the code. Like, now, it's different types of hoes. You can be a messy hoe, or you can be a nice, graceful hoe like me. I'm a graceful hoe. So if you take me down to the Cheesecake Factory and get me some of that brown bread, you know that brown bread, down at the Cheesecake Factory, you glide the butter on it, and it melt. Oh, I might take you in the bathroom for that. Okay, I'm a graceful hoe. It's different types of hoes. And I think that society knows we have a great time, and that's why they look down on us. At the same time, or they try to look down on us, even though I think we are approaching a time where we know better than that. And that's one thing I'm happy to see, even though we still have a whole lot to work through. Anyway, at the same time, especially being black, if you come from the church, sex is already stigmatized, even though even the people down at the church, they some hoes. Okay, they some holy hoes. Okay, but they judge us, and they create an idea that if you have lusty sexual desires or anything like that, that you're bad, even though it's human reality. And then on top of that, if you are gay, that's like absolute worst of the worst. And you are the bottom barrel of society, religion, all that other type of stuff. And so you kind of carry a little bit of that shame with you as you approach sex. And as sexual as we are, as much as we enjoy sex, and even if you're too afraid to do it, you think about it, you know, if you met the right person and they got you in the corner somewhere in the dark, your freak hoe flag would come out and fly all over the place. But we're still impacted by a lot of this stuff in a way that can affect our how we enjoy sex, how we think of ourselves while we have sex, and we don't talk enough about that. And we also don't talk enough in general about how other issues factor into that and affect those experiences, like aging as men. There are a lot of men who, if you like in my age group, which is the 32 to 35, and you start to really become open to exploring what sex is and how that looks like, you start to learn a lot of the realities of it as well, because we were taught that sex was like this really nasty, dirty thing. And on the other hand, we only saw it or know it as like what we see in porn and what we see on Twitter and stuff like that. Because I know a lot of us, and I can speak for myself too, we follow these accounts, you know, where we see all this stuff. We see these big old dicks. Like, everybody online has a 13 or a 14-inch dick. Okay, and of course, if you got a dick that goddamn big, of course you're going to put it on the internet for everybody to see. Okay, because if I had one, I don't know. I might be down at the circus too, making my money. But I am so relieved and happy to see somebody get online and put a 7 or 8 inch dick on the internet. Okay, because for real, that's what most of us have. And some of y'all are lucky even if y'all got that. Like some men have 3 inches, some men have 4 inches. And in our community and period, it's a lot of judgment and size queens and stuff like that who try to make people feel bad about the size of their dick. And at the end of the day, when we were being created, nobody was able to sit down and customize, and hand a slip to God and say, this is what I want to be working with. This is what I want my body to look like. This is the type of sex drive that I want to have. Because if that was the case, I'm pretty sure everybody would have about 20 inches because, men are dumb. We would have 20 and we would be out there sword fighting and shit like that, But I think especially in our community, because sex is so idolized, we aren't realistic about the fact that everybody you meet is not going to have a big old dick. And if you don't have a big old dick, you shouldn't feel bad about it because, bitch, at least your dick can get hard and you can get a hard dick without passing out because all the blood has left your body. Okay? At the same time, you also need to be realistic. And if you, are out here in the dating scene, or if you are, engaging in sex and stuff like that, you might come across people who are looking for a certain type of thing. And they might put you down because of what you got going on. And you see a lot of, slander on the internet. And I won't even call it slander. I just say it's people not being realistic. And for those people, some of them are not that educated about sex, and they really need to start being realistic about sex, because there's a lot of gay bottoms out here who are talking about something. They want 12 inches. And I see y'all on Twitter, okay? You can't take the 12. Every time they go to put, that's a lot. Okay, every time they go to put that 12 inches, you go running across the room. So it's obvious you can't take it. And the ones who do, I see in them pictures. I almost fall in just looking at the picture. And so, of course, if you go and you deal with a regular dude who is, 6, 7, or 8 inches, and he goes up in there, it's going to be like throwing a hot dog down a hallway. But I think all this stuff happens because we don't have honest conversations and we are not realistic. And a lot of men in particular simply don't accept themselves. They aren't realistic about what they got. And I think that if, number one, more of us had honest conversations with kids just about sex, what it looks like, the fact that it's not going to be, hot and steamy and perfect. Sometimes it's going to be awkward, okay? Because sometimes you're going to get up there to ride, whatever, and your knees going to start hurting. And the reality is, as you get older, sometimes y'all do be getting up in the bed smelling like, some body oils, the little Muslim body oils. You get up in there smelling like myrrh and goddamn Vicks Vapor Rub. And that's just the reality of it. Also, for a lot of men, we don't talk enough about how a wiggly worm will show up in a sexual situation. And when I say wiggly worm, I'm talking about penises that don't get hard. That's the reality of having a penis. Sometimes it won't get hard. Sometimes it has nothing to do with you. You're still a good person. You just have a dick that won't get hard. And there are different things you can do, because I heard when I was growing up, and my early understanding of sex was that it was these 70-year-old men who all they can do is come over and rub your leg and listen to Teddy Pendergrass, and it's some 30 and 25-year-olds who can only do the same thing too. They want to sit up in there and rub your leg and kiss all on your neck and listen to, SZA or something. And that's just the reality. Sometimes, you know, especially for a lot of men, a lot of our worth is based on how much money you're making and where you're at in your career and stuff like that. And all those type of anxieties can affect how you feel about your just your overall confidence in yourself, and it can affect how you're able to enjoy sex. Like, you know, you have all types of anxiety and different types of stuff like that. And so I just wanted to make this video so that we can start having real conversations about the realities of these things and not feel so bad about it, and hopefully find ways to laugh about it or to deal with it. You know, some of y'all just need vitamins. Some of y'all need to start working out a little bit. Just go for a little jog, get your blood going and circulation. And some of y'all just need to lay off them drugs, because you know that cocaine y'all be out there doing will keep your dick from getting hard too. So those are just some things, but I just wanted to put those out there. Please feel free to share any experiences that you've had with sex and how you deal with your issues, because I think if more of us talked about that, a lot of us would learn how to start having better experiences and to navigate those types of issues. So please share your comments. Also, if you are on Instagram, make sure you come follow me at SampsonMcCormick, and I'll see y'all next time.